Okay, the hospital is a 287 bed capacity facility. The operationalization of the hospital, coming from the old Western hospital, where we used to have 160 bed basically, which we are going to bring over the side, and then we expand in terms of that in the current financial year, next financial year, and then in last financial year basically. So here you probably see in terms of the design of the hospital, we have the administration block. This is the block that we find ourselves in now. Now on our top, we're going to go to, in particular, we call it the forensics block. Now the forensics block is twofold. You have the forensics block, which is your state patients, high security ward. This patient has been declared already that they are not having insight and judgment. Obviously, they are now mentally ill patients, basically. Next to it, we are going to also go to the forensics observandi block. Now, the forensic observandi is people that unfortunately have committed a crime, must still go through the criminal justice system, sent to us for assessment, either get determined that, listen, outcome will be that it becomes a state patient, or alternatively the person is fit to stand trial, the person will stand trial. With due respect, I always make the example about typical Oscar Pistorius scenario. Either outcome will be there, but stand trial or will come in. And then here we are going to have your T block, so the patient basically is already in your T block, which is your involuntary ward basically. Then that side of the block, we are going to have your E block, which is your long stay patients, basically your child and adolescents. This is what you're going to do now. So we're going to go through a corridor, right through until the M block. We're going to visit 3 of the wards in the M block. Coming out of the M block, we're going to come through a corridor, and then we're going to go to the forensics block. Okay? So myself and my colleague from security, Mr. Kautsani, will be guiding you. Our kind request is that we want to please request that you stay within a group. We have already asked the operations center also to assist us as we're going to move through, because I was saying to you, going to a high security block. But obviously the patients are not there, but as soon as we are through with these processes, as our officer MSc was explaining to us, we want to have this process first unfolding, and then we'll bring those patients from Western Hospital. In the process, as you ask, I'm going to explain as we go, and then later on entertain the questions as let's say.
Okay. Before we leave.
The scenario of our hospital is the incidence recovery phenomenon. Hub center, where you have the security operations of the hub. This colleague that is here was then in charge of the operations center. Then they would have respective wings where the patients are allocated. But also important in principle is that most of your wards resembles each other. So if you're taking you through to these other wards, the blocks that they haven't taken you through is typically the same design. It's just that the classification of patient that is there is a different situation. Okay? We can move through. This is our hall, our preparation hall. We're going to go there, pass through. Coming in now, going through, back through. In your M block now officially. So here you have your restrooms where staff are basically finding themselves and they take a break. So we're going to go to 3 respective areas. Stand like this. We're going to go into this side, which is our M5 block. Then we're going to come back and we're going to go to our M3 side. And our last block will be this one, which is the M2. So I will still be guiding yourselves. So I say, yes, you have the your security setting. Okay? So, in our current situation, as I was saying, coming over our patients this side, we have currently 44 certified state patients. It's with us currently. Now, with forensic observandi processes that happens, we have every time an outcome. There happen to be currently a new cohort of 13 that is state patient that is certified that is in the Kimberley prison. So as soon as we move over that 44, we also bring the state patient that is in the prison and bring them together at the side. Now the apartment, the whole block of the M block gives you a capacity of 80 state patients. But how you do it generally with mental ill management of patients, you reintegrate them into community, you give them what they call leave of absence, which is regulated by the Mental Health Care Act, some of the regulations. Often people are saying that now we prematurely discharging people and so forth. This is how you reintegrate. You give a person leave for 1 week, there's certain cardinal conditions they must comply with. They have complied with it, leave for 2 weeks, they will comply with it, still keep him and obviously rehabilitate him again. Let's increase 1 month until 6 months, and when we now There's a difference between state patients management in the Act and your other classifications. State patients management is always done through the courts. That's why most applying cases here will always do it with the clinical ad litem. They will obviously make sure that when we have reports about how successful the patient rehabilitated, we send the reports to the courts. And ultimately, the courts can discharge a patient, and the patient is still a mental ill patient, but now receives outpatient care, but remains inpatient, isn't it? An outpatient. Now, your other classification of patients are work to the mental health review board. You send those reports to the mental health review board as to how they rehabilitate. So as we come here, this side, this word is also the same. It's designed to a female and a male, or rather male and female division. Obviously, the patient doesn't mix it with the gender as part of the human rights aspect. So let us take you through to the male side and then bring you over to the female side. Okay. The courtyard is on this other side, basically where they are always under security watch, whether they are in the living area or whether they are in the area of the courtyard. They are always under security watch, and also likewise in the woods. So the woods basically there is also either 2 or 1 apartment, of course, of the type of business. So we can just go through the woods and people can see for themselves how the woods are like inside. Okay? This is a typical wood in your beds, as you know now, the modified blue systems. Okay?
That's allowed in the country.
What is the other?
Okay. We'll just give them the background as to why
Yes.
we have such a bed and mattress, and so that we can understand the rationale behind the beds.
So you see typical, this bed doesn't resemble your general hospitals because of the latest modifications of the hospital designs of mental ill patients, and also type of special. This is specialized beds in this kind of hospital. So that is why we've already set them up so that as and when the patients come, they are set up. That's why the patients are not here. But this is what it is. This is also typical chair that we have. I know there's a number of other mental ill facilities. For example, in Eastern Cape or Western Cape, also they have a typical beds like this, typical systems like this. Then we can go through and then we can see here. This is a situation room where there's only your beds and that's it describes. Right through the corridor, going to the forensic observandi block in the auditorium there, and also our office will entertain questions there. This is the design again. Here you have your hardware securities. That side, our children and adolescents will be housed on the other side. All the way down is where our patients are also now housed. So we're going to go that side. Okay?
And also our stakeholders present. Thank you very much, members of the review board present and the correctional services that are there. So thank you for this opportunity. I'll respond to some of the questions, but maybe first just want to give a briefing. What I'm going to present, it will respond to your questions that you presented earlier. You will attest and agree with me in saying that this talk in this facility, the state-of-the-art facility in Kimberley, where we in the new mental hospital. I would also like to take this opportunity to make an announcement that the day of opening of our hospital will be the 30th of September. The proceeding of the day of that event will be officiated by our premier, Dr. Zaman Sol, officiating the proceeding. And then I think it brings the relief to anticipated announcement. And so Sandy, we wanted to say, is it really going to happen this month? So it covers the relief to hold the community of our province and the community of Kimberley with regarding to the mental care, the healthcare services in our province. To date, what I can report and say the departmental migration from task team, which transferred the patient from West End to this facility, it was done successfully for from the old facility to this new facility and coordinated their relocation by the clinical and administrative staff. We have relocated to this facility, with the exception that the forensic and the state patient. We did that because we wanted to say that we allow you to talk and to do good to the commitment that they made during the party speech, that I will give you opportunity so that you can be able to see before the opening of the facility and be able to see. And also to say that we don't disturb our patients, because we still have to adjust to the new environment that they are here for. So that's the reason why we made that arrangement. So with regards to with regard to the legislative requirements by the Mental Health Care Act of 2002, we have complied with all of them. We are in possession of the approved certificate of the mortuary services, food services, health and pharmacy license as well. And we have managed to arrange this. I just want to assure you that the process was appeared. All the legislation that we have complied with, do have certificate. The trade union members has been appraised at the bargaining chamber, as well as the level of engagement, the stakeholder engagement that was there prior to the migration from there to here. So there was the relevant stakeholders was also involved, and we took them on board. So further taking to the family members of the mental health care users have been attending all these briefing sessions with the anticipation of the official translation form that facilitated this. So we ensured that the family members of the healthcare users attended those sessions, where the clinical sessions were for the preparation of the relocation from there to here. They were taken through the because there was entire team, the task team who led the process. So in addition to that, the mental review board, as we know, that has been appointed personality that are here. Yesterday I had engagement with the chair. She just said, she said to me that she will not be able to join us. She would have loved to join, and because of we had a prior arrangement but we're still going to engage her. And all members of the board will be sitting with them and be able to have a member meeting. So to ensure they are here to ensure that all the legal requirements with regards to mental health care services are sufficient and attended to as prescribed by the Mental Health Act. So also to ensure that measures have been taken to establish mental health care review board in our old district. We started the process to ensure that we put a mental review board at the district to create. There's a reason why we wanted to engage the provincial board to ensure that we put that. So those district board will lay and create important support base for this facility at the district level. So let me also give the announcement that the total clinical beds that will be operationalized here in this facility is 180 and phased into maximum of 287 over the MTF period. So the facility is expected to enhance the current services platform additional to the 20 beds that is current at the clinical operational level. So this includes 10 child and adolescent beds and an additional 10 forensic beds. So those are the things that I wanted to give you brief. With regards to now to the recruitment, which I think the ZDS also has interest in, and the others, members of the media, I think they have interest in. The department has confirmed the appointment of the clinical staff in the new mental health in the hospital, with the additional appointment numbers of the support staff, especially in the key areas of the laundry services, cleaning, the porters, and it's just additional the clinical staff as well. So the 70 security personnel were permanent appointed to safeguard the patients in our facility and the personnel in this facility. So we further commit that we ensure that this mental health will be operationalized fully, staff complement in the over MTF period. Labs will liaise with the issue of the statements, what I've just presented to you, so they can be able to ensure that what I've missed noting what I'm presenting. So I think what I've presented it cover what you have raised, the number of issues of that you have raised. So you know that I've announced the date, the 30th. I don't want to, just want to appeal to see the day where we'll be able to, the Premier in his address will be able to encapsulating all the other areas. We don't want to preempt the day of the event and disclose so many information others and what other and the Premier will give the nice background about the issues of and then as a way forward what will be addressed and able to see. So this is what I've presented to you, that we on the 30th, and I soon also take this opportunity to invite you. Remaja is one of your coordinator from the department. They will communicate with you for the day of the event, how we're going to run it, and then maybe process of the other logistical process. They will communicate with you for the day of the event. You are all welcome and invited to the event, and the stakeholders who will engage them as their partners in this process, in this facility. So I would just want to thank you, take the opportunity to thank you for being present here, and also the professional services. Thank you very much for your presence. It's a moving forward. I know you are one of us. I don't want to make especially one of us. So thank you very much for this opportunity.